everyone, and welcome back to Wednesday here on the Pagan Perspective. I'm your host, Eric. This week we are talking about Jule and crafting. So this week we are talking about Yule because it is the week of Yule, and we are talking about crafting because what better time to talk about making stuff, especially for yourself and or other people. Well, this week's topic was supposed to be what do we do in crafting and things like that, what have we made for ourselves, etc. Well, I can't really show you firsthand. I do have a couple of how-to videos on my personal channel if you want to go check those out. But everything I've done takes quite a long time, and it's kind of time-intensive, but not really labor-intensive. So the first thing I want to show you guys is my horn. Now, my horn, I didn't make the actual horn because, well, I can get horns at a leather shop and you know, use those. But I did do the ceiling and all of the decoration on it. I'm really happy with this knot right here. I don't know how well you can see it. But I just used acrylic paint and drew the runes onto it and then outlined them in black acrylic paint because they looked really good. I played with that. That was very time intensive. It took a long time, but totally worth it in my opinion. And then spent a long time trying to find a sealant that was both alcohol and heat resistant, because I drink mead out of this. Mead, as many of you know, is an alcoholic beverage. And all of these sealants besides beeswax were not alcohol resistant. So it took me a long time. I finally found an epoxy that works, and some of you may think that that's a really weird thing to want to do instead of using the beeswax, but beeswax requires resealing every now and again, and I wanted to see if I could avoid that. It also left it with this really nice gloss finish, which I'm really happy with. But you just get the horn, sand it down, clean it up with just water. I cut the top off so that it would be even because, you know, there are always imperfections in the horns. But sanded it up, cleaned it just with soap and water, and then used the acrylic paint on it to decorate, and then sealed it with the epoxy. It was a two-part epoxy. It basically dries, and once the off-gassing is finished, it is just an inert plastic, which I'm a fan of because then my alcohol doesn't eat through it. The second thing that I make in specific is runes. And I will show you two sets of runes that I have here, one on my altar, one that I actually carry around in my car most of the time. I actually have 3, maybe 4 sets beyond that I hang on to. Most of the time, when I make a set of runes or anything of the like, I will ship them off to the people I care about as gifts, or occasionally I will take them in to be sold in a local pagan shop. Anyway, let's take a look at the runes. So this set of runes, this being excluded, but this set of runes I made, this was the very first set I made. These are made out of howlite. The inlay is actually my blood mixed with a little bit of my saliva, which is kind of a traditional thing. This set will never leave my... I will never not own this set unless they become a sacrifice to ritual. This set of runes I made for myself because I have always wanted an emerald set. Now the inlay on this one is much less personal than the last set, but it's just copper leaf inlay, copper flake inlay mixed in with acrylic paint, and those are carved into raw emerald. I do have several other altar tools and things in my life that are handmade by mostly people who have gifted them to me or have made them for purchase, not necessarily just by me, but also, you know, in a pagan shop type setting. One of which is both of my flutes. They're gorgeous flutes. They're hand carved out of bamboo by one of my friends. His name is Dan Crowfeather. He hand carves them, including the piece that, I don't even know what you'd call that, the whistle piece. Anyhow, he carves those. I've bought both of those from him. They're fantastic. They're fun to play. They're a little shrill for on camera, which is why I'm not playing them. Another local artisan who is far more skilled than I made my athalme for me, or my ritual knife. I wouldn't exactly call it an athalme, but made it out of recycled leaf spring from a car. And I tried to ask him if he remembered what kind of car he got it off of, and he couldn't answer me. I was a little upset by that. I want to know. But I purchased this, and the majority of my altar tools, aside from that, this was made, my chalice was made for me, well, for my wife, by a friend of hers in college, and I use it as a chalice now, which I think works out pretty well for me. But everything else was either purchased or gifted to me. Everything else, obviously, I made. But when I make runes, it's really a simple process that just takes a lot of time and energy, and that is, I will get the tumbled stone, because I don't have my own stone tumbler, but I will get the tumbled stone and bring it home and lay out the stone so that I can see that I have enough stone to make a set, and then I will take my Dremel and put a very thin diamond tip cutting wheel in the Dremel and carve the runes into it, wash those to get all the dust and debris out, and then bring them here into my office, and usually just put acrylic paint as an inlay so that you can read them a little bit easier. But outside of that, I don't do a whole lot of crafting specifically for paganism type stuff. I do a lot of repairs. Sometimes specifically for paganism, I fix all sorts of things around the house, from fountains to tools that have worn down or out. But generally speaking, those are the only two things that I do crafting in particular, including for decoration type stuff. I'm not a very crafty person outside of that. However, I would like to see, either in video response form, I'm sure everyone would like to see, either in video response form or in the comment section below, please let us know what you do when it comes to crafting or making your own tools, things of that nature. If you have videos that you've made of your handmade tools or things of that nature, drop it in as a video response. We'd love to see those. Outside of that, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to post those in the comment section as well. Thanks for watching, everybody, and of course, until next time, Odin be with you.
So come all you people, come and sing with me. Join our voices and sing the long nights away. All over the land a chorus of voices will sing for the rising sun on Midwinter's Day. On Midwinter's Day.